he called me. I was at work. Of course, like he said, I worked for him. So he's like, "Where you at?" "I'm at home." "I'm gonna come over." "Okay, cool."
Oh, great.
Yeah. So he said, "Let's start brewing beer," you know, and I don't know. At that point, we had no clue, you know, that a brewery would really be born out of that, you know. But we went to the brew shop the next weekend, bought a can of you know, syrup.
Extract.
You know, hey,
brought the kit. You know, it's all in the box. It came with a can of extract. It came with a little vial of yeast, or was it powdered yeast? I can't remember. And it came with a
sock and some milk.
A little ounce of hops.
Right.
And it had a bag of grain like this. Like 3 ounces of grain.
Did it say Bag O Grain on it?
Bag O Grain.
Yeah. And
Acme Brewing.
And it was to steep the grains for added flavor. And
we had heard the term. We had no idea what we were doing, you know. So we had heard the term mashing in.
Full grain batch.
Yeah, we're like, yeah. And that was the extract, because it was extract plus the little, or was that the
No, that was
grain?
the first grain batch.
That was the first grain.
Because it's a full sack of grain. We wanted to mash it in. It turned into green pea soup.
Well, backing up a little bit, we bought the first can of extract, and it turned out good. You can make an extract beer pretty easy, you know, in the kitchen.
Yeah,
it turns out good.
Yeah.
And most home brewers, I'm sure, it goes through almost 99% of everyone's mind. After they taste that first beer that they made, they're like, "Oh, we can do this," you know. So of course we were like, "Yeah, we got this." So we went back the next weekend and said, "We're ready for all grain." You know, this is kids play. You know, this whole can thing. You know, we're ready for the big leagues. You know. So he throws the book at us. "Pick a recipe. What do you want?"
We called him the beer Nazi. We're not going to reveal where it was, but he was like, "You're not ready for grain. You don't know anything."
Brunsey, now,
and he threw the book and said, "Take a recipe." He said, "We got a recipe."
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we, of course, totally mucked it up. But
as every good brewer should, just completely acknowledge it the first time out.
We did research. You know, there's this thing out there called the internet, and
Google, man, powerful weapon. You know, we went to every brewery. I was in California doing some work. I was out there last year, and you know, we started going to breweries like I used to go to wineries. We go to small breweries, we go to big breweries, we'd read, we'd make more beer.
Yeah, we investigated a lot.
Yeah.
And we got a lot better very fast.
Yeah.
And since we were in plumbing sales, we actually could like solder copper pipes together.
Yeah, we can make our own stuff.
We understood what bowl valves were, you know, and gaskets and all that stuff. So
what was the beer, if there was a beer that said, "I can do this"? Like, what were you guys? Did you guys drink a beer or had been drinking beer and thought, "I can do this," or "I want to clone this," or "I want to try this"?
I don't know if there was actually a beer. There was a time that we made several beers in a row that we were working for a pale ale.
We were stuck on a certain hop.
And a hop that we were using, we were trying to get that nailed down. We did. And we sort of said, and we got it clear in, you know, for homebrew. And and we took it to some parties. He'd take it to some friends. I took it to, you know, Christmas parties and things. And
everybody loved it.
Yeah, the porter we made once. We did a chocolate porter for Christmas, and you know, everybody loved it.
Nice.
And we, you know, well, we'll just keep doing it. And for the last 14 months, this is all I've done.
Right.
Bobby kept his day job so we could at least fall back on his, you know, cereal. But we haven't done anything but this for the last 14 months.
It's amazing. It's amazing. What was the beer that you guys brewed that went, "Yeah, we need to share this. We need to make this happen"?
You know, what's funny is, you know, it's not the beer that you're drinking right now. I'll tell you that.
Well, can you go get it?
I like this.
Because this is awesome.
I'm starting to like this better, actually. I don't know. We used to use, honestly, we used to use Simcoe a lot. You know, and we love that hop. I wish we could get that hop right now. If we could get that today, this beer would taste a little bit different. It would probably taste a little bit better, in my opinion, but it's good the way it is. I like it the way it is. But we got to the commercial market and realized it's just not there. And if you start a brewery and start with one hop, and then 2 months from now you can't get it, then you change your beer, you've changed everything, and it's like, well, why did you do that? You know, so we were scrambling right when we got everything, you know, signed on the dotted line to redo the recipes and you know, find something that we liked, and it's been a challenge, but I like it.
tell us a little bit about Red Hare. Like, how did the logo come about? We looked on the website. David texted me at like 10:30 at night. He's like, dude, you got to check this out. I went on the website, and immediately I saw the image of the red hair, the whole bar scene. How did that come about? How did Red Hare, how did that name come about?
I don't know.
All right, well, we're done.
We don't know. We had a different name, and our marketing company.
Was it Smarapin?
And our marketing company, it had nothing to do with an animal.
I gotta share it.
But we had a whole different thought, and but one of the characters had red hair, so maybe we took that, and Bobby's got a little tint of red in his face and hair. Body tone in general is red. Of course, when you drink like a fish, you know what we're talking about.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, play on that. But anyway, and said one day in the basement, well, let's do Red Hare, and he was thinking hare, and I said, well, let's do it hare like the rabbit, so we'll have some way to play off the rabbit, and it was just born. We took it to the advertising guys like the next day, and some of our
because they turned.
Bobby sketched a couple of thoughts on what he thought the rabbit should be doing.
Easy.
They rejected that.
Family show.
That's not going to play well in the public eye. But the rabbit probably will. And then we said we want the rabbit to have a scorn. It's like, it's not a happy-go-lucky rabbit. He's like, I'm a serious damn rabbit.
So what's next for you guys? World domination.
I see that you guys have the
aspirations.
Rabbit Wheat coming out.
That'll be in the springtime.
There's something on the website about a double IPA.
Yeah, I got a cooler for an Imperial IPA.
We
so
hope maybe in November.
if I can fit that into the brew schedule, then yeah.
Excellent. Okay. And then during the tour, you were talking about, okay, right now we're just doing keg, just for the bars and restaurants, but we're talking about eventually getting to a production line of either bottles or cans, and you're leaning more towards cans, which seems to be the popular choice for craft brewing, simply because of
It saves the hops,
affordability, because of protection from light and everything else.
Oxygen, nothing can get in the beer. Plus, ecologically, that beer can, that aluminum can, will be back on the shelf in 60 days.
Sure.
You won't do that with a bottle.
Right.
And the cost is not less. The cost is more to get in the canning than it is bottling because of the production size they have to do on the cans.
And from a consumer standpoint, you can take a can a lot more places than you can.
Exactly. Throw them in a backpack if you want to go for a hike. Take them to tailgates. It's much easier.
Now, locally in Atlanta and throughout, you guys are starting to spread out, to different restaurants and building accounts.
Very slowly.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay in Marietta, Atlanta, Decatur, probably about a 30-mile footprint for a long time because we can't make enough
So
beer.
people can find you at Taco Mac and
Johnny McCracken's
Johnny
in Marietta.
McCracken, some of the other ones, and
Yeah, several restaurants on the square in Marietta.
So
Several in
the square,
Decatur.
yeah. McCracken's, Marietta Pizza, Hemingway's.
Downtown, there's a couple down in Buckhead. And
So the best place to get that kind of information would be to sign up for your Facebook page or to like your Facebook page? I mean,
Yeah.
That's where I've seen it so far.
as far as knowing where we're going to be for events, and usually if we're somewhere for an event, we're probably launching the beer.
Okay.
So that's a good idea of where it's going to be.
When all else fails, go to the bar and say, hey, I want red hair.
That's right. And if they don't have it, ask them to get it.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming.